Hey guys, so I thought I'd do another update, another post-Thanksgiving Black Friday kind of update. I got some more movies in. It's been a little while since the last one, so I figured I should probably do this. With Christmas, everything else coming up, I'm going to be pretty busy, so I figured I should get this out of the way now. And without further ado, we'll start off here. Going off from eBay, Monster in the Closet. From Trauma, of course. This DVD is almost 20 years old, but it's been a while since I've seen this movie. I wanted to see it again. A friend of mine and I watched this years ago. I have a little story about this one because I watched it on my computer and he watched it on his computer. Since we weren't together when we watched it, we both watched it, remotely, and we talked about it as we watched it. But I remember he fell asleep, but I at his house, and I had finished the movie. Here at my house, back when Hulu. I don't know if they still have trauma movies on there, but they did at one point, and you could watch movies for free. Those were the days when you didn't have to pay to watch on Hulu. But yeah, I got this for a cheap price, and I figured, I want to watch this again. I remember liking it, and I'll show you guys the back. There's the monster there up in the corner. And some of the screenshots and whatnot. The DVD was loose when I got this in the mail. I got shuffled around, so I'll have to take off the plastic wrap and deal with that later. But that happens once in a while to me, not that often. But I don't think the disc is scratched. It should be fine. And so I remember last time I talked about. So never really something in it, but what happened was when I was ordering Microwave Massacre, this movie, Blood Team Butterfly, and Black Mama, White Mama, through Barnes & Noble's website during Black Friday. So I had a coupon code, I believe. What happened is I forgot to click submit order. So those never came in. So I found this one on eBay a couple days later on. And I ordered it off of eBay. It was around the same price as what I would have paid for it on Black Friday. It was a little bit more money, but they wanted $30 for this on Barnes & Noble. I'm not paying $30 for an Arrow So I got this. It was about 19 something. So I still saved money. I mean, I could have done a lot worse. And Micro Massacre. I look forward to checking this out. I think it's Trauma-esque. It's not a trauma movie, but it might kind of fit in with that milieu anyway. And I heard it's pretty bad. It's like one of the worst movies ever made, but I'm curious to check it out anyway. And Arrow putting out something obscure like this is like, I never would have thought that they did. And but you never know. You never know what to expect with Arrow when they're announcing new stuff, because my guess is as good as anyone else's when they're saying they're going to announce something. So, this should be fun. And I did take advantage of Vinegar Syndrome's Black Friday sale, though. So I got some good deals there. I guess we'll start off showing. I got this Blu-ray disc case because these games, Spec Ops: The Line and Wolfenstein: New Order. When I got these games, they didn't have cases. They're both great games. I like them. But I figured, this case was cheap off of Vinegar Syndrome's website. So I figured, you know what? Why not? These games didn't have a case for quite a while. I should probably do something about that. And yeah. And these other ones I bought from Mania Syndrome, Blood Mania and Point of Terror. Two terrifying super shockers. I should probably cover this up. I don't want to get flagged. Well, I think it's fine because there's no nipples. But anyway, and these two terrifying super shockers that will rip the screams right out of your throat. I don't know much about these movies, but they look like they're going to be fun nonetheless. This Blood Mania cover or image reminds me of the poster for Let's Scare Jessica to Death. because there is a skeletal arm on that, I believe. And Point of Terror, I'm not really familiar with. It looks like some kind of slasher film or something. Yeah, but these look like they're going to be great. And this includes, this is a limited edition. It has a bonus DVD featuring alternate TV versions for both films, which I wasn't around when these movies were on TV, but this one, I don't know how I'm going to feel about these movies, but I figured I'll probably watch them once on the Blu-ray and then check the DVD later on, kind of thing, or watch them in close proximity. I could compare the two either way, and it's awesome that Vinegar Syndrome included the TV versions, because how many companies do that, and yeah. But yeah, they're like exploitation slasher type of films, I think. I don't know much about them, but they're 70s horror. And then next we have Hellbent, which this sold out on Vinegar Syndrome's website. I believe you can still get it on Amazon, though. But basically it's about a rock and roll musician who sells his soul to the devil, hence the title Hellbent. I don't think it has anything to do with the Judas Priest song Hellbent for Leather, though I do enjoy Priest. In case you're wondering, what kind of music do I like? Perhaps as a subject for another time, though. But yeah, I like this cover artwork, though, the motorcycle, and that it's perfect for Christmas because this guy is a Santa hat. And you know what? I'll show the screenshots on the back here. We got. Yeah, and I first heard about this movie, I think it was Ten Room Bizarro. We had talked about this a while ago, around the time this had come out. But Vinegar Syndrome, they got some more of these in, so I figured I should probably order this, because I'm going to get myself the pants if I don't. And it's extremely limited. But like I said, I think you can find it on Amazon. And I'm glad I got it since it sold out. And next we have... from the same director, I think, of Hellbent. Yes, Richard Casey is Horror House on Highway 5. Another one I heard about from the 10 Room Bizarro, from his review. It is a slasher film. Basically, this guy, he wears a Richard Nixon mask. And so he goes around killing people, I think is what happens. And yeah, this one piqued my interest because I've never heard of it before. Well, up until I checked out the review, but yeah, I like that cover artwork too. And yeah, this had like previous DVD releases, but I don't think they were that great. And it reminds me of how Blood Rage, when Arrow released that Blu-ray and DVD, that had I think a few DVD releases before that, but they weren't that great, and I think they were even edited. But yeah, show you guys the back, and there's the killer right there in the middle. Yeah. Should be awesome. Should be fun. Alternate full frame presentation. Yep, I just noticed that. But yeah. And next we have another one that this is still available through Vinegar Syndrome, and I think also Amazon, is Ice Cream Man. And I'd never seen this before, but I've heard about it. It's a horror comedy that that embossed cover is awesome. It's beautiful, and it's a slipcover, as you can probably tell. And yeah, I look forward to checking this out. And this does feature the Joe Bob Briggs Monster Vision version of this, as well as a special feature. Maybe I'll check that out later on down the line after I watch the regular version. But not too many companies put something out like include something like that as a special feature. There is talk of Vinegar Syndrome doing that kind of thing more often in Joe Bob Briggs. I don't think I grew up when he was on TV. Or I never seen him before, but I did grow up watching Cinema Insomnia, Creepy Copy Movie Time, and Svengoolie. So I've had my exposure to horror host, and nonetheless, I think there's always going to be horror host for every generation, and yeah, they're always, I always enjoy watching those kinds of shows, and really the only other horror host I know of, well, maybe there's a few I know of that I guess they self-publish and or self-distribute their own DVD shows on DVD. Lord Blood-Raw and John Stanley they've both done that. So has Mr. Lobo from Cinema Insomnia. It seems like a lot of that, like I said, is self-published, and that makes sense. And you can still get a hold of that stuff, whether you are able to meet the horror host and buy some of the things they've put out, or a lot of times you can go online and you can order John Stanley's creature feature double features, and I believe you can order stuff from Lord Blood-Raw. I haven't looked into that, but if you want to get into horror house, you're still new, then that's a great way to check out the stuff they've put out. And you could even start with Joe Bob Briggs, I'd imagine. But nonetheless, I didn't mean to get off on a tangent there, but I look forward to checking this out. I've never seen it before. I'll show you guys the back as well. There's a lady screaming. There's the ice cream man with a hat on an ice cream cone, and there he is again. Clint Howard plays the title character in this movie. Should be fun. Excuse me. Should be fun. And then next, I have Psychos in Love. Yeah, this cover is crazy. It makes me want to find out what's going on in this movie, because I've never seen it before. This doesn't want to stay in the slipcover of the case, but I'll just hold on to it like that. And yeah, this is kind of a dark comedy, and basically the two main characters, what they have in common is they hate grapes, and I think that kind of influences the fact that they're psychos. They have a bloodlust kind of thing. So this cover kind of gives away the bloodless aspect. This should be enjoyable though. And here's the back as well. You can see there's a lot of features on there, a lot of special features. It just have 2 screenshots, but you know what? It doesn't matter to me if it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, whatever. Yeah. And lastly, I didn't order this one. I got this from T-Money86 from Turi. So what I did was he had a video saying he needed an intro for his channel. I had made one, and he had another person made one for him. But what I did is I kind of took mine a step further, as I had basically clips from horror movies and music for the one I did for him, because I have Lightworks. I don't know what editing software the person used. I think they just use a Facebook video editor or something like that, because I know how to edit fairly competently. So I figured, I'm just going to use my own editing software. So I did that. The first time it was too long. The song didn't fit. So the second time I made it shorter. And I put a different song on there. It still didn't fit. But it seemed like he liked the second cut better. And eventually I think he's going to get an editing software, kind of edit and put the stuff he liked from my video into his intro. Because I know he's getting a new computer for Christmas. So I look forward to seeing that. And what else am I? Anything else to say about that? Well, I told them that it was a little out of my comfort zone because I'm not used to doing intros. I'm used to doing more experimental kind of things in terms of editing and as well as short films. But he appreciated the effort I put in nonetheless. So originally he was going to give me The People Under the Stairs, the Blu-ray of that. But I figured I'll let somebody else have it. So he ended up sending that one off to a friend of his. But I ended up getting this movie because he had an extra copy of it. And this is The Fox with the Velvet Tail, which is also known as, I think it's, well, so I'll take this out of this protective case, which I'll keep this. I don't buy these kinds of things, but you know what? I still see a reason to not keep it. And this is also known as In the Eye of the Hurricane. This is my first 88 films release. This was my first Region B Blu-ray. Yes, Region B is what it says on the back. And I look forward to checking this out. It's a giallo type of movie. Nothing else to say about this. I'm getting it for Region B Blu-ray player for Christmas. So if you're interested in this movie, I know Mondo Macabro put this movie out as well. So I don't think you go wrong with this release of it or the Mondo Macabro release. But since Tori had an extra copy, I figured, I told him I was interested in this. He said, well, why don't I just give you this one instead of People Under the Stairs? So I said, okay, that's fine. Yeah, my first, plus my first Italian collection release from 88 films. So they put out a number of Italian movies. I don't know if I want to show the back. It's kind of, it's not nudity. It's kind of, I don't even know what's going on in the back. I'll have to check out the movie, but I'll read the back though. Also under the giallo-esque moniker of The Fox with the Velvet Tail, and the more self-explanatory Lusty Lovers, the super sleazy In the Eye of the Hurricane is one of the finest obscurities yet unearthed by 88 films. Making its British bow and a new HQ transfer, In the Eye of the Hurricane was unleashed on an unsuspecting audience in 1971. It takes the mystery narrative that made Dario Argento's classic, The Bird of the Crystal Plumage, show influential, but adds dabbing of sex and spice to the mix. The focus on this unpredictable oddity is a young, beautiful woman whose choice in bed partners may or may not be the cause of some oddball happenings and malevolent feats. With a narrative that packs in just enough boobs and bruises, 88 Films is proud to present this potent potboiler in its uncut and uncensored form. So I look forward to checking this one out. It sounds similar, sort of, to The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave, which I haven't watched that yet. I'll get around to it. As I said, I've been busy. I've been trying to keep up with other movies on my DVR, other movies that are on demand, so I have a lot of movies to watch. So some of these DVDs and Blu-rays I may not get around to watching for a while. It depends what I'm in the mood for as well. I say, Sunday afternoon, I'll watch something cheesy, like I watched, Tarantula's The Deadly Cargo last week. And, it depends what I'm in the mood for. But, I always have something to watch. I'm never bored in terms of movies to check out. So that can be a good thing or a bad thing, I guess, depending on how you look at it. But, like I said, this should be great, and I think it'll fit alongside with, like I said, 9/11 Came Out of the Grave. Perhaps, I haven't really seen too many sleazy giallos. I can't think of any on the top of my head that I've seen that perhaps Short Night of Glass Dolls. There's some sleaziness in that. Trying to think of anything else that I've seen, but Macabre. I remember that would be weird as well as sleazy, yeah. That one, and I think that would be it for the ones that I have anyway. But nonetheless, I like this cover artwork. It's the same on the slip cover. This should be great to check out, and you know, it'll be my first exposure to 88 films, which is an exciting thing, I think. And you know what? I forgot to show these off because I was looking forward to talking about this one. And also Vinegar Syndrome. I don't really buy buttons and pins, but these were cheap. I got a Vinegar Syndrome logo button and Count Dracula's Great Love logo button, which I enjoyed this movie. This is my first Paul Naschy movie, actually. Yeah. So yeah, that's all I have to show off for today. I may be doing another review in the future. I haven't decided yet. But if you haven't checked them out, Tarantula's Deadly Cargo review, check that out. It's worth your while. And I think the next video I'm going to do is contest entry for T-Money 86's contest. I'm going to link his channel in the description since he, since I did that work for him, and since he sent me the other copy of In the Eye of the Hurricane. Yeah, I recommend checking out his channel because he's pretty active about uploading. He's a nice guy too. And I think that'll be the next video I do. Like I said, I don't think I'll be doing anything after that. So if I don't, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Hanukkah. You know, whatever you celebrate, enjoy the time with your family and friends. Thanks for watching. Bye.